Hey everybody. I just wanted to come on and say a few things. Uh, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode that I just did a couple hours ago. I know that I've been playing all these videos and episodes with people, and I've not really told much about myself. So I guess I'm going to get a little bit into that. So let's see, a bio about me. Well, I am 30 years old. I live in Dayton, Ohio, and I've been doing caregiving, which is pretty much similar to nursing, for the last 11 years. And I love it. It's been great. But I felt like I've been missing something. So I've always been into the supernatural, paranormal, and I recently just got into the cryptid world, which I already knew about Bigfoot stuff. But I think what really brought me in was hearing encounters and stories about Dogman. And I would watch a bunch of different YouTubers, such as Dark Waters, Dogman Encounters, Vic Hundiff, Mr. Balling, or Ballin, John Ballin, and David Pilatus' Missing 411. And those YouTubers, forgot to mention one, Paranormal Roundtable, Josh Turner. Those guys inspired me to start a channel in the supernatural. Now, I've always seen people have their episodes, but all they have is the vocals. So you're hearing the stories, but you're not seeing the people. And I was like, I need to create a channel where people can come on and tell their stories. And I don't, I'll give them the stage. And they can tell their story. Well, when I first started, I was like, this ain't going to work because people were giving me their stories. People were giving me their stories, but not wanting to come on. And I was trying to figure out, how am I going to get people to be comfortable enough to come on here? So I just told people, look, if you want to stay anonymous, I'll create a guest book face page, and you guys can come on there, and you'll be anonymous. And thanks to COVID, we have COVID masks. So that also kind of helped too. And I would say, you guys could put on your masks as well. No one will know who you are. Because we got a lot of people in this world who ridicule others based off whatever kind of experiences they have that the other person never had. And I'd like to change that world, because just because we don't have those experiences doesn't mean that they don't happen. And I just really wanted to get a channel going where we can have people on who wouldn't tell anybody their stories, but would make exception and come on, as long as they felt free to have a voice. And so I got people to come on after they sent me their stories, and I would read them. And they can be anything. Supernatural is a big category for me. If you guys have near-death experiences, if you've seen demons, if you've seen shadows, shadow people, if you see any kind of cryptids from Bigfoot, Dogman, Goatman, aliens, all this stuff is connected. And that's what I feel. And that's kind of why I want to bring everybody on that has stories, because I feel if we can get everybody to keep coming on and telling their stories, I think it'd be easier to pinpoint what the connection is to everything. And as I got more into this, I got more people to come on and tell their stories. And I gotta say, I love it. I love it. I mean, it's my favorite thing to do. It doesn't matter if I'm at home, at work, I mean, I'm going to find somebody who has a story, and I'm going to bring them on, and they're going to tell their story. And this is kind of how I got into the whole supernatural YouTubing thing. What kind of got me into the supernatural in the first place? I told an episode about my own personal experiences. And, you know, I always have an eye for detail. So I would see things that wouldn't make sense. Or I would have happen to me things that wouldn't make sense. And I would just log it in my mind, like, holy crap, that actually happened. And that kind of, it just inspired me. And I would love, when I was in my teenage years, I would love hearing people's stories. My uncle, my aunts, any of my family members, any of my family members' friends. And at the time, I was just listening to them. I was so amazed. And I kind of just, I don't know, wished I could have made something out of it when I was younger, but I don't think YouTube was even really a thing yet. In 2002, 2003, we had computer and we had YouTube, but it's not like it is now, where people can pretty much be entrepreneurs. So, but I had a lot of spiritual, ghost, paranormal things happen to me. And the more that I think back of all the times that I was in the woods, the quietness, the smell of something dead, it adds up. Just because I don't see something because I'm not paying attention to it doesn't mean it's not there. And I think that I've had cryptid encounters and not even know. I honestly don't know if, because I have a whole world of beliefs. And I mean, they are big. I believe in parallel universes. I believe in all cryptid, supernatural, paranormal things. I believe in the scary, science fictional types of things that people can't explain, but they have happened. And I don't know what to say much more than that. It's just been really awesome to be able to start this channel and have people come on and tell their stories. And I hope that the more people I bring on tell their stories, the more I can connect the dots between everybody's experiences and encounters. If you guys have stories, any type of experiences, encounters, please get a hold of me. Because I would love to have you guys on, telling your stories. You can message them to me first. You can email me. My email is realsne_stories@yahoo.com. That's realsne_stories@yahoo.com. You can message me. You know what? If you don't want to message me, you guys can video call me any time of the day. I don't even care. I never really realized that people around the world watch me. I kind of just thought people around in my like actual area was watching me, but I get people from Canada, Australia, people from Africa, some people from Philippines, and it's actually pretty cool. So I know the time differences. I know their time zones. There's differences, and but if you message me, we can work on it. I can figure out what your time is compared to my time and set it up. I like to have people on and tell their stories. I want you guys to get your voices out. You will not have no judgment by me. I will listen. I will have you tell your story, and I will take notes. I'm really excited and curious to listen and kind of watch the people tell their stories. Now, you say, what if someone comes on and, they're lying? Well, you know what? I want to listen to their stories. Say that they are kind of fibbing or lying. I'm going to obviously be able to tell. And what my channel is about is real supernatural encounters, Not creepypastas, nothing like that. I want the realness from people. If you have like I said, experiences, encounters, stories of things that actually have happened to you or have happened to your friends, go ahead, tell me them. It's not gonna. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Me not put it on my Facebook or my YouTube. So, I mean, I'll still put it. Look, if you tell me a story, even if I don't believe it's real, I will still let you do a live video stream on my Facebook, and I'll still keep it on. I might not add it to my episodes on YouTube, but I will play it. I will let you have your turn to tell the things that happen to you. So if you guys want to get a hold of me and you want to tell me your story, you can message me on Facebook. You can message me on my, I think it's the same, Facebook group page. You can get a hold of me on my email, or you can video call me. Like I said, I am here 24/7. Just get a hold of me. If I don't answer, leave me a message and I'll get back to you. I don't remember what phone number I posted on my group page, but I actually have a texting number for people who have stories. And so if you have one, check out my page and see, and the number should be on there. I don't got it memorized by heart. It's one of those texting apps. But yeah, so if you guys go on there, you'll see all the info that you need. If you haven't already, please join the group page. You guys can post whatever you want. Try to keep it in the supernatural category, of course, paranormal, cryptid, anything that's like serious, you know. Occasionally I'll let someone get away with something that's not supernatural. I mean, if I thought it was cool, I'm just going to post it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, join my YouTube too. I post episodes on there after each live episode I do on Facebook. And I love having you guys on. So far, I'm at 72 subscribers. Now, before I got into this YouTube thing, I thought it was hilarious to hear people like, oh, I got likes, comments, and subscribers. I'm like, these sound so nerdy, I swear. But now I look at it, now I'm getting into the same thing. Even though it sounds funny me saying it, oh well. I know what I'm trying to do it for. I want to be able to have people come on and tell their stories. And that's kind of why I don't really say, hey, subscribe, comment, like, after my videos or before them, because I just want to get into the person and them telling their story. I want the camera and the spotlight to be on there. And I usually save all my questions towards the end. But my mind has been open for a very long time. When I was in my early 20s, I got really big into aliens and watched Ancient Aliens on TV. And that kind of kept going for a couple of years. And I got real big into trying to find all the alien stuff and encounters on YouTube. After a while, you know, you run out of stuff to watch on YouTube once you watch them. Now, I've already believed in Bigfoot. I've already had paranormal experiences. Now, 2017 is when I had the biggest year. And I called this episode called The Ouija Board Haunting. And it was straight paranormal stuff. Hardcore stuff happening to me for a full year. And I had all the evidence. And I posted it on Facebook as well. But what got me really into this and really wanted me to do this channel is when I heard people telling werewolf stories. Yeah, werewolf. At first I was just like, eh. But then I watched, what is it, Paranormal Survivor? No. Terror in the Woods, yeah. On the Travel Channel, which Travel Channel has a bunch of awesome TV shows. I've watched just about everything on there. But it's called Terror in the Woods. And they had this episode where they labeled it Dogman. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And I watched it last year. I was like, wow, that thing looks like almost like a Sasquatch, or that thing is actual real werewolf, and it gets on 2 feet. Holy crap! But I never thought nothing more of that, right? Well, the next following year, I'm seeing episodes on YouTube talking about this Dogman, and I got really curious. And I found this show called Dogman Encounters by Vic Hunduff. And that got me really interested. And I was kind of like listening to all the stories, and there were some man, they were some badass stories. And I say that because, like, I'm hearing encounters about these, I don't know, 10-foot Bigfoot fighting these 13-foot dogmen. Like, the sizes are just crazy. And then that leads into me finding other people who are telling dogman stories. And then guess what? Some of those other people are talking about other supernatural stuff, like vampires, giants, giant that was 45 foot tall. Holy crap! I am probably his foot size, 5'6". So I just was like, whoa, holy crap! I wouldn't know what to do if I encountered that. I mean, I'd be scared, obviously. A lot of people that come across those dogmen, let's see, it was about 5 months I researched the dogman, and I wrote down every possible thing I could think of to try to get a clue on what this creature was. And every story I heard, I would jot down something. I'm like, the same thing I heard in another story. Keep doing it. And that's kind of what got me into doing it for all the cryptids, all the supernatural stuff, paranormal things, And so, I mean, I actually learned a lot when I would listen to these encounters and these experiences. And then I would just jot down my own notes. And it's so cool when you can find people who can talk to you about the same kind of things you love, hobbies and facts. And I'm real big on facts. If I research something, I'm all like, hey, I learned this, I know this, blah blah blah. But yeah, I got real big into Dogman probably about 5 months ago at least. And that kind of pushed me into this whole want to do a YouTube channel. And I didn't think it was going to go good. I honestly was like, I believed in myself. Everybody should believe in themselves. But then I started getting comments from tons of people telling me, oh man, I love your show, or I really like your channel, I just subscribed, or you do the best work when it comes to these episodes, keep it up. And I even made friends from different countries. It's amazing. I attracted people, in the UK. I met this cool guy. He's my friend now. His name's Ian, and he's a UK researcher. He goes on to talk about different alien encounters and stuff like that with a few of his other friends and researchers. And then I was also did my own personal story on another YouTuber that's well known and also posted on Dark Waters channel called Chasing the Truth, and I told my story on there. And now I'm going to be doing an interview of him sometime. He said he's only available on Saturdays. It's kind of why I haven't, contacted him to be like, hey, you ready for this episode? But I'm going to try to message him and see if he'll be willing to try to do it through the week or something, or maybe like on a Sunday afternoon. I'd love to have him on. I honestly would like to have Vic Hundiff come on my show. I'd like him to tell a few of his favorite stories. I'd love to have Marvin Allen come on and tell a few of his encounters that he's already told that he wouldn't mind telling, or some of the encounters that ain't dogmen that he's gotten too. I'm trying to look for people who have had encounters with Goatman. That's the big topic in my head at the moment, because I want to learn a lot more about this creature. There's a, what's it called? Where they talk, creepypasta. There's a creepypasta which they call this thing Fleshgate. Now, I don't know what that means or why that name came about or anything like that. But I'd also like to have Josh Turner on my show talking about some of his stories. Even in some of the stories he's already told, it'd just be good to have him on. I love listening to him. He's a Paranormal Roundtable. Mr. Ballin. He's definitely one of my favorites when it comes to telling stories. He's what inspired me to kind of do like a physical presentation and telling stories, and I kind of wanted to make a channel that's combined with Mr. Bullen and kind of like, I don't know, big kind of Stallman encounters where the guest comes on and tell their stories. But I wanted it to be like a physical presentation. I wanted to be able to see the person, hear the person, and I wanted people to understand the person when they're telling their stories with their raw emotion. So even though people send me their stories, yeah, I can read them for you guys, but I'm not going to do it as much justice as the person who's had this actual encounters and experiences. I will always read whoever's stories that want to stay anonymous or not come on, but I so encourage and prefer the people who've had these encounters, experiences, and these personal stories to come on and tell them themselves. For the people who do have stories and they want to come on my channel, you guys, if you guys call me, video call me, then that's fine too. If you don't want to send me a message of your story, and I'll just jot down notes. Before each episode that I do with somebody, I call them 15 minutes before, and I kind of let them get the game plan on what's about to happen and what I'm going to do. And I just tell them, like, hey, you know, I'm going to go on a live stream, which, by the way, I like to use Zoom too, but I haven't figured out how to use the record. My one eyewitness, Jeff, helped me with that, and he recorded those episodes you see with him in it. Forget what I was saying. But, yeah, so when I do these episodes, I call the person 15 minutes before, and I give them the rundown. I get on the live stream on Facebook, and I wait for the person to get on, and then I give my intro. Like, welcome to Real Supernatural Encounters. My guest today is so-and-so, and this person goes through and has this happening in their life. Then after I do that, I say, would you like to give a brief bio about yourself? And they do so. And after they give the bio, I say, okay, if you're ready, go ahead and give your encounter, your experience. And then they tell their story. And after they tell their story, or during their storytelling, I write down a bunch of questions that I want to know, that I figure that maybe audiences want to know as well. And so, as I write them down, I don't try to interrupt the person unless they need help and say, like, they just get stuck and don't know what to say. Then I'll intervene and help push to the next thing. That's the good thing about writing notes. I'll be able to, be like, hey, what about this? What about that? Because the last thing I want to do is make someone feel uncomfortable. It's bad enough. I feel a little bit shy or embarrassed every time I get on live stream. So every time I do that, I'm just like, ugh, all right, here we go. But I want to make that person feel comfortable. So say if they want to stay anonymous, I have a anonymous account on Facebook for people to log into that they can use. And if they want to stay anonymous physically, you guys can wear a COVID mask. But so after they tell their story, I save all my questions for the end. And then after I ask all those questions, I let them I get ready to end the episode, and I let the eyewitness give a closing comments, so they can say whatever they want to say or advice to whoever may need it. And then after that, I just end the episode. It's really easy. Sometimes I get people that say they want to come on, and then they don't come on. And so, they cancel at the last minute. Whether it's, issues or they're just shy or, anything of the sort. Sometimes it's even people just getting sick with the flu, at that minute. I mean, this world's weird. It happens. So, I don't get mad at nobody or nothing. But, yeah, I really hope that I can get as many people as possible to come on and send me their stories, come on and tell their stories. I really enjoy doing this. I don't want to make no money from it. I'm not even making money from it. I just want to do this, make friends while I'm doing it, learn stuff while I'm doing it, and just bring people together that have the same experience. That's my main goal. And yeah, so I mean, I got tons of stories that people want me to read off that I can read off, and I haven't been doing it because, I work two different jobs physically besides this hobby of mine that I'm doing currently. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then scheduling people, I've been trying to schedule people within 2 weeks. And that gets hard sometimes because then something comes up with me or something comes up with the other person. And I understand and they understand, so I try not to make a big deal about it because I try to stay like a man of my word. When I say something, I want to stick with it. Because, I mean, if someone was telling me something, I would want them to keep their word too. But, yeah. And I know I probably say but, a lot, but that's me thinking. So, I like for people who haven't joined my group page yet to join. It's Real Supernatural Encounters. It has two little tiny circles in the first part and at the last part of that. My YouTube channel is called the same thing, Real Supernatural Encounters. I will always post the link for the YouTube in the group page, and I will also tell you guys, like, hey, here's the link. You want to do that, or you can watch the videos that I post in the group. I want people to join the group, as many as you want to come and be a part of the Supernatural family. If you guys subscribe to my channel, that would make me really happy. The more the merrier. When I was just having 30 people on my YouTube, I was like, whoa, that's awesome! I was very appreciative of the growing members that I ended up having, and the appreciation of others that really do enjoy watching my show and my channel. I hope that you guys have been enjoying watching all the episodes. Hope you've enjoyed the people that came on and told their experiences. If you guys ever need to contact anybody and probably want to have them on your show or channel, or just talk to them and get some advice, just let me know, and I will give you their contact info. Most of the time, it's just going to be Facebook Messenger, or it's going to be an email, just in case they don't want you to, get on their Facebook, or they want to stay anonymous. That's the whole shame, dude. When people don't want you to know their life, they're going to only have so many ways that you can contact them. And I actually have a lot of people that have experiences that don't even have Facebook accounts, which kind of sucks because that's how I do my live stream. And I do it with Zoom too, so. But I really enjoy doing this, and I'm going to keep on doing it for as long as I can. There might be days where I don't get nobody for a little minute, but if I feel like it's been too long, then I'll just start reading off some of the stories people sent me to read. I try to do it every other week, if not at least once a week. I work 1 week on, 1 week off. My schedule just changed a little bit, so now I have like 3 free days off now on my work week. So I'm going to try to do like 1 episode a week. Now I can't promise that people that want to come on is going to be each week, but I can promise I'm going to try to get one eyewitness at least once every 2 weeks. Because I know people have busy schedules too, and they got their own thing, what they're trying to do. But if you guys know anybody that has, if you have any friends or family that have any type of stories, I mean, like stuff that people don't even really talk about, like mermaids or goatmen, or, I'm really big into the Missing 401, David Pilatus, because that's another thing. I would listen to every single story that he has told, or I'd like to get his books, those things, man. I listen to all the details of the people that go missing or die. And I write down the notes because I have my own personal opinion of what's going on with that. And I feel like maybe this whole supernatural topic will connect everything, My personal opinion, what I think is making people disappear in the state forests and parks. Well, after doing a couple episodes with a few eyewitnesses, one person was just walking in the park, and you guys already know who this is. That's Jeff. And all of a sudden, his whole, topography changed in front of him. It went to like a gray color with these weird shadow-like creatures just going all over the place. And he said it lasted for just a couple minutes, but I wonder if it has to do with your consciousness and your frequency. I want to know, like, it has to do with your state of mind, okay? And if you think about it, people that go missing in the state parks and stuff, they automatically get hit with some type of infrared, which gives somebody a sickness or a headache, and then that person separates. You got that point of separation, right? Well, maybe that's all it takes. What if it's not even you that's creating this? What if it's another entity, another cryptid, something else that changes your whole like platform of what you see? We're all capable of having like time traveling and opening portals in our own minds. I mean, if you think about it, DMT, for instance, you can go anywhere, when you experience that. And I feel like that's a physical form of what's happening to people. They disappear, just to be found maybe a couple of weeks later, and their bones are bleached, which means there's like no skin, no DNA, nothing. It's gone. And it really makes me think, like, this has to either be like pocket dimensions, or it has to do with so much, but it's so hard to explain. And a lot of people can't comprehend it, I think, with the human mind. That's why we've not yet explained it. One of my other guests, her name was MJ, and she'll be coming on soon to do her part too. And she lives surrounded by state parks, state national parks. And she says there's a lot of weird things that go on all the time around her. Not to mention, she said there's a government program going on in one of them. I don't know if it's the Blue Mountain or what. But when she comes on, I'm obviously going to take notes from everything she says too. I already know that cryptids live in national parks. I mean, think about it. It's the one area where there's woods and no people. So of course there's going to be things we haven't even seen. Why would the government shut those areas and make them national parks? Okay, well, I'll tell you. Maybe, and this is my own opinion, probably because there's stuff in there other than creatures that if people go in there, they're going to know something's happening. And then what's going to happen when they notice that? Everybody's going to rebel. That's why national parks don't have missing persons lists. And it amazes me what people will do for money, just to keep a secret, or even I believe in all kinds of stuff, even the black government, and I call it that because it's like it's the system that runs behind our normal system, and they have the black budget and everything else. Well, think about this. People have sacrificed human beings throughout the world, right? They always have a sacrifice. Okay. That would make sense that one person disappears within a day or two at a national park in a group of people. Just one. And then they're dead, Or did they never die? They just transported to somewhere else, and somewhere or another, their bones is a copy or even a clone of some sort. I know that sounds weird, but I have so many opinions, and I was actually thinking about writing them down and telling them before I got on, but I figured I'll just go with the flow and try to say as much as I can. But I'm really into the missing 401, and if people have any stories on that, I would love to have them on and tell their experiences. I mean, I read a couple of stories that I'll tell. There was a person that was with her mom in a vehicle, and they were going down a highway. And if I can remember this right, all of a sudden their GPS had stopped working. They were going from one city to another, and their GPS stopped working, right? Well, what felt like maybe an hour of driving and not seeing anything, like no houses, no people, just a straight highway. Which is weird when you see that kind of thing if you're not in a desert. That's the only time you see plains like that, right? Like landscape and such. Well, as they keep driving, they're like, man, this feels forever. Why? How come we've not seen nothing? Because they're about to run out of gas. Of course, right? And they start panicking, or the child does. She's a teenager, but the mom's trying to keep a calm face. And they keep driving and driving, and this is the crazy part. They hear all kinds of howls and barks, right? Like it sounds scary. They even hear like a weird wow wow kind of sound when they're driving, like a weird vibrational sound, right? Which kind of goes into the whole big picture of the missing 411, I think. And so they keep driving. I don't know how they did it, how they stayed sane, right? But they eventually just kind of finally hit like something normal. It's like they almost passed through something. Besides those sounds, it was eerily quiet, right? And they decided to write this on Reddit, and they sent me a story about it, and I was just like, whoa, holy crap! I'm glad you didn't just disappear, because you get people that fly planes and stuff in the sky, and then you hear reports of them going through this weird tunnel with lightning and clouds, and then they're like, what? In half an hour, it would take them 2 hours to get to their destination, and they're there in half an hour? That doesn't, but in this world, nothing makes sense, right? Another story that kind of, I really found it fascinating too, this was on a channel in Dark Waters, an episode. This guy went fishing, and I think he went fishing in Mississippi. Yeah, Mississippi. Apparently, that's where the biggest supernatural, cryptid, paranormal stuff happens. There's cryptid turfs going on where they're fighting each other. I just heard a story the other day of this alligator man fighting a dog man, and guess who won? Yep, Lizard Man did. He killed that dog man and took it underwater. That was a crazy story. But so this guy goes fishing, and he's out there. It's about 2 p.m. He's been out there. It's always that time zone. Now remember that time zone. It's about 2 p.m. because that's when David Pilatus says that's between 2 and I think it's 5 or 4, or 2 and 6 is when things just start going wrong. So this guy's in a boat, and he's just slowly going, right? He just finished fishing at this area. He's going to find another area. Well, as he's going, all of a sudden, it just, he doesn't see nothing, right? He looks down, and as soon as he looks up, everything is dark. It's dark. He's like, what the heck? This doesn't explain anything, right? And while he's going, nothing looks familiar to him. He doesn't even know, and he's like this for maybe 30 minutes. That's scary, right? So he's there for 30 minutes. And he's hearing all these howls and barks and screams. And they sound so scary. And there's a child survivor in Missing 411 describes something similar called the Awful Dark, where there's all these creatures and they're barking and howling, right? Makes me think, okay, the only thing that can really do that is those dolphins. But also Sasquatch do the same thing. And so this guy, he's seeing these things and he's freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. But he's getting closer to the land where all this is happening because he's on a boat on the water and there's land on each side of him. He's hearing it from both sides. And he's trying to get the heck out of there, and it's getting louder. There's rocks being thrown. There's sticks being thrown. It's just so amazing and scary at the same time, and he's freaking out. His cell phone ain't working. He got no service. And so as he keeps going, he gets a little bit further away from some of the land, right? And then within, like I said, about 30 minutes, at least with what he said he felt like, some sort, he it's getting to be dark, right? So all of a sudden it's not dark anymore. It's like sun's about to go down, twilight. And he reaches this bridge, and it's so amazing because he sees cars up, so he gets out of the boat, he gets to the shore, goes up to the bridge, and tries to wave down a truck, and he's like, "What time is it?" And he freaked the guy out, so the guy kept driving. And then there was another vehicle. He just got in the middle of the road and stopped him, He's like, "Look, my phone's dead. I have no way to get a hold of my family. What time is it?" Okay, remind you, it was 2 o'clock. So at this time, it was 3 hours later. So 30 minutes was 3 hours later. And so he's like trying to grasp it, right? So he gets a phone and borrows it from the person he just asked what time it was. And he calls his wife, and his wife's panicking, like, "Where are you at? I've tried to get a hold of you. You told me you'll be here at this time, and this and that." And you're like, "I don't know, but I'm going to ask. I'm going to see." And he was, like I said, he was almost in a whole nother city or state, and he wasn't even in the same body of water. That water he was in doesn't connect to this one that he ended up. It was totally different and cut off. That story was amazing to me, and I took notes on that. But that's what I'm thinking. Like, this has to be some type of parallel universe type of thing, In 2012, the world was supposed to end, right? Well, CERN was messing around with this collider and was able to open up these gateways, right? So what do you, why wouldn't you think that they're trying to save the world by morphing into a world that's similar to ours? And that's what gives us the Mandela effect, where things are not like they used to be or was when you last knew them. Things have changed. And if you haven't looked into that, that's definitely a topic to check out. But I really think that they did that, and we morphed into a parallel universe where we have more dogmen. That's why there's more reportings of these creatures. We have more supernatural cryptid things. People that read the Bible, which I'm not Christian or anything of the sort, but I definitely listen to people who tell their stories and talk about religious texts. Talked about the Bible, about when it comes to end of days, right? That these creatures of different figures and forms and chimeras and stuff will start coming out of the woodwork. And I just thought, that's pretty amazing. And it would explain a lot. But I think the people that believe in the supernatural, they're really going to help out the people, as DW called it, the normies. They're going to help out those people who live in their boxes, live in a small box in their mind, where they don't believe in paranormal, supernatural stuff. And we're going to be the ones that help those people, that give them the knowledge of look, this is what happens, this is what they can do, this is how we can stop them. And I feel like that's my whole goal. I want to learn as much as I can about supernatural, paranormal, cryptid, near-death experiences, aliens, time travel, anything of the sort. Missing 4-1. I need to learn about all these subjects. Once I do, and I get everybody's perspective and story, I can put it together and learn it myself. And learn how, knowledge is power. I can learn how we can prevent certain things from happening. Prevent people from going missing. All that. But there's so much, guys. I can go on for days, just talking about my own opinions and stuff about this. So, if you guys are really interested in, coming on and telling your story, I would love that. If you have opinions of what you think certain creatures are, or why they do certain things, or anything of the sort, please go ahead, write your comments in the Facebook group page if you haven't joined already. Write your opinions. I like to see what people think. I like to see what everybody's opinion is on different supernatural entities, right? And I don't know, I like to get the whole community involved. I think we should work together than shaming people, you know, and being separate from one another. I think we should come together and figure this out. So this is why I got this channel. This is why I'm doing this. And I hope that my videos reach thousands, if not a million people, you know, and I want them to come on. I want them to tell their stories. I want them to express themselves as freely as they can. And after they do that, I mean, people can talk to one another. They'll be like, hey, I watched you on this episode. Can you tell me about that? Or, hey, I figured something out that, you know, maybe you would like to know. And just all those things. And I know it's getting dark, so I'm probably have to end this video soon because I'm out on the back porch thing. The outhouse, or whatever they call it. But please, guys, if you haven't joined the group already, please join. I'd love for you guys to share stuff on it, post your opinions, all that. It would actually do a lot of good if you guys help share my channel, my videos, and the group page to other people, and try to see if they're interested in coming on, and sending me their stories and any type of experience that they may have. I agree, Amber. Yeah, I think we should put an end to all the backlash on people and downing people for their experiences and the things they go through. It's not right. I mean, I come from a background of good things happen to me and bad things have happened to me. When the good things happen to me, you want to brag about it, but everybody's like, oh, you're bragging, so you can't talk about it, right? When bad things happen to you, people are like, oh, you're just trying to get attention. That's not everybody. Maybe when you're young and you're immature, yeah. But when you become an adult, what you got to gain from this? You know what I mean? You don't got nothing to gain. All you need to do is try to find people who believe. And if they believe, guess what? You found people that can help you. That's all it's about, guys. That's all it's about. And, you know, I appreciate every single eyewitness that's came on and told their stories. I appreciate all you guys so much. I have learned a lot from the things you have told me, and it really opens my mind even more than it is. But please, let's find more people. Let's get more members to join. Let's get people to want to come on and tell their stories. I'm ready. I'm ready to schedule as many people as possible. I wish I can get an episode of an eyewitness coming on every single day. That would be awesome. Of course, I know that sounds kind of not easy to do. I am working 2 jobs and trying to maintain family and life and stuff. But I'm going to try to post as much as I can. I'll try to share as many videos as I can. With your guys' help, I'll be able to do this. And without you, I'm not going to be able to. We're more strong together than we are separate. But thank you guys for watching. And I'll keep you posted on any events that happen. Also on any episodes that are going to come and air. Please, if you can, find friends, family, acquaintances that have stories, ask around. I will be making business cards soon and taking them to different places and stores and running ads so people can, they want to come to someone, they can come to me and tell their stories. I like for you guys to find people who like to watch the channel, subscribe to it, and if they can, that'd be awesome too. Yeah, just thank you guys for helping me out and, you know, working together to create this channel. And I really appreciate everyone. If you guys need to get a hold of me to send your stories or experiences or encounters, you guys can message me. You guys can video call me at any time. Now, I know people live in different countries, so the time zone's different. So just, if I don't answer, I'll get back with you. You can email me at my email, which is SNE_stories@yahoo.com. And if you don't want to write it out, you don't want to message me, and you just rather tell me on phone, that's fine. I'll jot down notes and everything. That's not a big deal. But yeah, thank you guys. Please share everything for me so we can get more people out here and more people to work together. And I hope to see you guys soon. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Thank you guys for watching Real Supernatural Encounters. See you later.